Yeah, I was just in a situation, so I'm a little bit emotional right now. So I was in a good section of Bangkok, the business district, and taking pictures of people, street photos, and I took a picture of a police officer, and then another plainclothes guy came and started talking to me. Sergeant Leakin, clean cut, older guy, super nice. Talked about a bunch of things, and he told me that, you know, he had 1 month left to retire, and was giving me ideas on where to take pictures. And he grabbed the putt-putt guy right near us and showed him his badge and said, you know, 25 baht, don't charge me more than 25 baht, and to take me, which I thought was to the river to take pictures. He did say something about, you know, dressing nice or whatever. And like 15 minutes later, we pulled up and I was let out of the putt-putt and then brought into a suit shop, pretty high end, and I was given red carpet treatment. Mr. Campo, free, you know, here's a free beverage and catering to my every whim. And then they proceed to say, you know, we're gonna make you the best suits. Yeah, at this point, I'm like, what's going on? At any rate, you know, I hear him out, and they seem legit, or they look like, you know, mafia, who knows, probably more of that. And tried to sell me 2 suits tailor-made for $750. At this point, again, I'm like, okay, maybe Sergeant Leakin just gets kickbacks, I don't know. But you know, like I needed a suit, and I also wanted to get out of the situation. It says, well, how much for 1 suit? You know, half price. And like, yup, and they'll ship it to me. And I'm like, fine. And they do all the measurements, and like I know when they measure for a suit how it's done properly, and they did do it properly. I mean, it seemed super legit. But then, of course, as soon as I get all fitted and pay for the suit, which they said I could pay in plastic, and they seemed to almost want me to do that, and I said no, I'm going to pay cash. And then they wanted to make me the perfect shoes. I was like, you know, enough's enough, and they almost seemed a little put off when I said, you know, that's it. But they're still nice enough, but tone changed a little bit. And I'm like, well, thank you very much, da-da-da. And he took me out and set me up with a putt-putt and said something about the river to the same putt-putt driver. And I hop in, and I realize we're going deeper and deeper into shadier area, which, you know, full disclosure, it was right near the river, but when we pulled into the final spot, it was like this little alcove, which, you know, 2 other guys, you know, pretty sinister looking in a putt-putt, as the entrance to this alcove. And then he pulls up in front of this door that is just short of the river. And he's like, you know, tip please. And I'm like, hey, you know, where we just were, you know, those guys? He's like, no speak. I'm like, okay. And at that point, you know, I got my hand on my knife. You know, at this point, my mind's racing, and I'm expecting to have to, you know, stab someone in the neck 50 times and still probably get killed. But I'm like, okay, thank you. And I went to walk away towards the street. And he's like, no, the river's this way. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna go this way. I don't know these guys. He's like, looked at me strange. I was like, okay. Even though at that point he seemed to be able to say the river this way, which was Spica. And at that point, my next hurdle was getting past those 2 guys. And, you know, I just had to be as confident as I could and walk straight past them, again with my hand on my knife. And I just walked briskly, and keep changing sides of the street to see if somebody's following me. And of course, there's somebody shady looking walking behind me, which I don't think was following me, because they did end up going a different direction. But I'm in the middle of nowhere. I don't know where I'm going. Thank you. And now my phone's not connecting in any way, shape, or form. No data. I don't know where I am. I can't get onto maps. Can't make a call. And you know, then you start just everyone who looks at you, you think is looking at you, you know, sinister intentions. I finally did get some service, so I know I'm going in the right direction. But who knows? Everything might have been legit. I mean, as legit as it can be in a country like this, because you know, he did send me there. He must be getting the kickbacks or something. But he was like, you know, somebody like your like an older uncle or something, like super nice guy. He gave me a hug when I got in the putt, like we had a great conversation. I was like emotional. I was gonna post a video of like how I am when I walk away from the bullshit, drop the armor and my bullshit fabricated persona and talk to people. And I really believed, maybe I still should, that I was making a connection like I usually do when I just drop everything and just walk. Because when I have my camera, it forces me to look for art and beautiful things, whereas when I don't, I'm just walking around angry and I'm not looking for anything beautiful. I'm just thinking about the things that make me sad or angry. But you know, in 3 weeks, it's either gonna be in 3 weeks I'm gonna have a suit delivered, a beautiful suit, you know, picked it out, soup to nuts. It would be stunning. And I'm praying that's the case and restore my faith in humanity. But if I don't, that tells me that I might have been pretty close to some bad shit. I'm way too naive, way too trusting, but I still don't regret coming here because it helps me learn about myself, learn about the things that I need to fix, the things that I've turned a blind eye to, and I'm still seeing beautiful things. But you know, I was almost disgusted looking at my video, you know, going through the street with all the women, because after that, when I walked through myself, I couldn't help but look at each one thinking, you know, that's somebody's daughter. You know, people are like, oh, it's just the culture. But it doesn't mean they don't have aspirations to do better things, and I don't subscribe to that excuse. Like the poverty, there's a lot. I mean, ever since I started my walkabout and quit my job and sold my house, I still don't have regrets, because if I didn't do all that, yeah, I'd be doing well, quote unquote, have money and doing the American dream, or so they say. But I wasn't happy. I felt like I was wasting the precious gift of life, which is just to go through the motions like everybody else, as if that's supposed to be fulfilling. And I'm sure it is for a lot of people. I don't mean to downplay that. It's just not for me. I don't know. I wasn't a very selfish, angry person, and I wasn't always that way. I also think it's kind of sad that how many people feel like they have to go halfway around the world to find somebody. I think all this time I've been looking for someone to love me. Maybe it's me that I've been looking for, if that makes sense. Anyway, I think I'm a lot safer now. It takes a lot to scare me. It takes a fucking lot to scare me. And I was scared. Anyway, this helped just talking it out on my way out of that rat's nest. I'll be fine, and I'm safe now, I can tell. But anyway, it's interesting stuff, I guess. Thanks for hanging, guys. The next one will be a little bit more uplifting, I promise.